not common. Dear professors, am I audible? Good morning, sir. Muruganandam, sir.
Good morning, madam. I am ready. We will start.
Yes, sir. Few minutes, sir.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Let me give a few instructions to the audience. Dear professors, am I audible? I hope.
Madam, we can start at 11:45, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
11:45 we can start, sir.
Okay.
Please. Professors, am I audible to you? Nonetheless, sir,
Yes,
we will
ma'am.
provide you the
Yes,
feedback
ma'am.
link. Please wait. Let me conclude. Professors, regarding the afternoon session, now we have session with Professor and Dr. Muruganandam, sir. After this session, we'll have a feedback link for this current one. Then regarding the afternoon program, 2 o'clock we have validatory session. Then followed by assessment, then followed by overall feedback. 2 o'clock we have a validatory. Then assessment for about 25 questions, each carries 2 marks, so totally 50 marks. You have to get 60% in that exam, and then 80% overall 80% in the attendance. These are the two criteria framed by AICTE to get your certification. Apart from this, you have to log in your Atal portal through your login credentials, and please fill the feedback link about the overall FDP. That feedback is given by the Atal. Kindly fill that feedback link. Again, I repeat, that feedback is different from our feedbacks, regular feedbacks. That feedback you have to fill through your login credentials in the Atal portal. After satisfying these 3 criteria, by next week, probably in the mid of the week, Wednesday, you will receive your certificates. Kindly give away 2 days time. We will complete all the formalities. Probably on Monday onwards, you can receive your certificates. Again, I'm telling, after filling your feedback in the adult web portal, you have to wait for 24 hours for the overall organizers to issue the certificates. By Atal only, they are only issuing. Certificates are no way connected to the college. I think many people in this group have attended many Atal programs. You people are might aware of these things. Even though I'm repeating, the certificates will be issued by Atal only. Thank you. And regarding the feedback links for the morning session, we will pursue now.
Excuse me, madam. Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Ma'am, certificate வந்து hard copyங்களா இல்ல வந்து soft copy அனுப்புவீங்களா?
Soft copy தான மேடம், மெயிலுக்கு தான் வரும் மேடம் உங்களுக்கு.
மெயிலுக்கு தான் வரும். இல்ல காலேஜுக்குன்னு சொன்னீங்க, அதுக்காக தான் கேட்டேங்க மேடம்.
இல்ல மேடம், உங்க மெயிலுக்கு தான் வரும்.
ஓகே ஓகே ஓகே.
ஏன்னா நீங்க அட்டல் வெப் போர்ட்டல்ல நீங்க ஃபீட்பேக் லிங்க் ஃபில் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் takes one day மேடம். It will give the message also. நோட்டிபிகேஷன் மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு வரும். அதுல என்னன்னா it takes 24 hours to prepare your certificate and varum message varum.
You mean one feedback we have to submit in Atal portal, you know, madam?
Yes ma'am. After this program madam only ma'am.
After this
நீங்க fill பண்ண முடியாது. ஆமா, after this program Saturday நாளைக்கு நீங்க பண்ணிரலாம் ma'am. இல்ல ஈவினிங் கூட பண்ணிரலாம் ma'am.
Oh, after completion of this program today evening or tomorrow
tomorrow you can அது உங்க login credentials தான் மேடம் பண்ண முடியும்.
சரி, ஓகே ஓகே.
சரிங்க.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
What about the assessment, madam?
Assessment at 3 o'clock we will have, sir. Because just now the speaker has called us, chief guest. So he is having meeting at 3 o'clock. That is why we postponed assessment after the validity.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
At 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, ma'am?
2 o'clock we have validatory, sir. After finishing the validatory, we will post the assessment link, sir.
Okay, we have 1 hour time?
Around 40 to 45 minutes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Sir.
In the WhatsApp group only you are sending that assessment?
No, sir, in the chat box, sir.
Or in the chat box itself, yes, or in the mail like that?
In the chat box only, sir. Assessment
in the chat
link
box
or in
only.
chat box, yes, sir.
Okay, madam. Okay, thank you.
Is it for 25 marks, ma'am, assessment?
Yes, ma'am. 25, no, madam. 25 questions, 50 marks.
25 questions, 50 marks. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Each carry 2 marks, ma'am.
Okay. So within an hour, we have to submit, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All are basic questions only, madam. Because it's a new topic for everyone. And moreover, a few people are out of this technical field also.
Okay.
So I have chosen very basic questions.
Okay, madam. Okay.
I didn't go in deep, madam. Frankly, I'm saying I didn't go in deep about the things in electrical vehicles.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Because this is not the test for knowing the talents of people. See, how much we learn the things, that is the major important.
Yes, madam. Certainly. Yeah. Okay, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes. Good afternoon, professors. I think we have where about 50 participants. The rest of the participants will join, I hope. And we will start this session right now because it is 11:43. Professor Muruganandam, sir, are you there? Sir, Muruganandam, sir. Sharmi ma'am, we will share all the recordings, ma'am. We are converting, we are already converted. We are uploading in the YouTube channel. From there, we will share the links, ma'am, to all people through mail.
Ma'am, you told to post the first session feedback link, ma'am.
Sir?
Madam, you told now that you are going to post the first session feedback link.
First session feedback already posted, sir. Just now.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. How you
Please
told
find it.
It's right.
Yes, sir. Just now posted, sir. You please find it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
It's available in the chat box.
Thank you, ma'am.
Madam, I am ready.
Thank you, sir. Dear audience, welcome back to the second session of final day, 50th day of our AICT FDP on electric vehicles, research issues and challenges. Today we have an eminent personality, Dr. Muruganandam Ponuswamy, sir, Deputy Registrar, Indian Institute of Information Technology from Kalyani. I would like to share a few words about sir. To be frank, he is our well-wisher and guide. Because since I started my journey in organizing these FTBs from the last year, from last October onwards, it's almost turning 1 year. In each and every FGP, his role is there, and he played a key role. And not only that, Sir has suggested me very good speakers. And he helped me a lot in each and every minute of this FDPs. Whenever I come across him, sir, please help me in finding the speaker or some way, some topic or something. Immediately, he won't hesitate. And the time also he never bother, and he used to help me and guide me. And to get such a wonderful personality in organizing these FTPs, really I am thankful to him personally. And not only that, on behalf of the department, we are thankful to you, sir. Dr. Muruganandam, sir, is wholeheartedly, we are very much thankful to you, sir. Now I request our dear ma'am, Uma ma'am, to give the brief intro about our professor to the audience. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Welcome back for the second session. It's my pleasure to introduce our session guest, Dr. Muruganandam Ponuswamy, sir. His present role as a Deputy Registrar of Indian Institute of Information Technology, Kalyani. He is one of the subject expert and resource person of National Board of Accreditation, approved valuer, machinery and plant, and chartered engineer. He is holding 5 Indian patents, journal publications, which includes improvement of trivial and secure IoT device management and eliminating security issues in IoT using blockchain. He mentored more than 75 faculty development programs in outcome-based education. He is a recipient of APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University OBE FTP fundings, participated in Peace Engineering WEEF GEDC 2018 in New Mexico, USA, active member in American Society of Engineering Education. His research interest includes renewable solar energy resources, autonomous vehicles, and engineering education, in addition to the emerging technology of IoT and blockchain. Sir acquired International Certified Career Coach Level 1 certification from Career Development Alliances, and serving as a National Executive Council member for Indian Society of Technical Education, ISTE. He is nominated by AICTE India to serve as a Margadarshak, mentor to engineering colleges, to streamline the SOPs, to acquire NBA, selected as a program evaluator candidate of Accreditation Board of Engineering and Technology, Baltimore, USA. It is our privilege to have Muruganandam sir for the session, and I request sir to take over the session, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor, for your brief introduction. Give me a moment, I can share my screen, then I can deliver my talk. Hope my screen is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
sir.
Visible.
It's visible.
Right. Right. Thank you, Professor, for your brief introduction and the nice words about me and my contribution towards the society through GRG Polytechnic College for the past 1 year plus. I believe that the things will go smooth in better possible way in the coming days too. It is privileged to talk with 50 plus participants gathered here to know something in connection with the EV, the electric vehicle technology, as well as the concept. If you are looking about this technology, it is not a dream. It is a simple feat of scientific electrical engineering. Only thing expensive. That's what the Tesla made a statement when he come up with a dreamed product. When we say expensive, it may be blind, faint-hearted, doubting world. Whatever we want, we can put in that sense. Humanity is not yet sufficiently advanced to be willingly led by the discoverer's keen searching sense. But who knows, perhaps it is better in this present world of ours that a revolutionary idea or invention, instead of being helped unpatted, be hampered and ill-treated in its adolescence. By want of means, by selfish interest, stupidity, of course, ignorance too. That it be attacked and stifled, that it pass through bitter trials and tribulations, through the strife of commercial existence. So, do we get our lights? So, all that was great in the past was ridiculed, condemned, combated, suppressed, but only to emerge all the more powerfully, all the more triumphantly from the struggle. This is what Nikola Tesla made that dream towards this electric vehicle. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. This is the quote towards the EV by Tesla. Sometime revolutions start very quietly. If you are looking at the electric drive technology, maybe two electric drive, one on the front axle and another on the rear axle. Highly integrate components and compact way. I strongly believe the past 5+ days, the participants gathered a lot of information regarding the EV. In fact, the introduction, the two electric motors, the two-stage transmission, casing, cooler, battery, power electronics, including the software. Of course, cooling system for high efficiency, reduced energy consumption, and increased dynamics for higher efficiency, irrespective of low, medium, and high range roads, as well as determining dynamics. So it is not purely electrical. It's an interdisciplinary approach. Similarly, when the driver brakes, when the vehicle propulsion, right? It may be series power assist or parallel range extender or dual mode combination of series and parallel. So the vehicle or the product is for the betterment of the society. Of course, we are all new to this. Let us see whether it is 100% better for the society or whether it is making any damages to the community. That's what we are going to discuss for the next 45 minutes to 2 hours. Let us see. When we look the concept, the basic principles, right? An electric vehicle which is powered by an electric motor rather than a gasoline engine. The electric motor gets its power from a controller. The controller is powered from an array of rechargeable batteries. Yes, sir, we gathered these basic concepts. But when we look the history, it is not evolved suddenly. There are several segments, several stages it came across. Not 1 decade, 2 decades, it's in centuries. The invention of lead acid battery in the year of 1859, that is the first rechargeable battery. We just think ourselves how many years back it is invented. Similarly, the first speed record over 100 kilometers per hour happened 1 century back, more than a century back. First mass-produced electric car. Similarly, gasoline-powered cars. In fact, 1960 onwards, after our independence, the way of getting growth in this particular sector got hiked. Why it's got hiked? Because of the oil crisis. If you are looking the current scenario, we are forced to regulate a lot of things. For example, emission regulations is playing a major role. If you are looking 19th century initial time, the cost, but now we are supposed to give importance more towards the environment. That's what this particular subject is much important for us. Similarly, when we look back about the types of vehicles, if you are looking about vehicles, starts from IC engine, micro hybrid, mild hybrid, hybrid electric vehicle, plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, range extended electric vehicle, and now we reach to full electric vehicle or battery electric vehicle. And if you are looking the speed, again, when you look about the battery, again, there are several improvements happen for the past 1+ century in connection with this particular segment. In fact, the components, most of you knows well, but comparing with combustion engines, it is having less number of parts. The components are in less number, maybe because of this technology. The reason for growth, zero emission. This is the key point that always attracts many people to electric cars. If you want to decrease your personal impact on the environment through transport, then an EV is the way forward. The electric engine within an EV operates on a closed circuit, so an electric car does not emit any of the gases often associated with the global warming. No petrol or diesel is needed in a fully electric vehicle, which is great for our carbon footprint. Please make note, I am making some technical terms. Carbon footprint, right? Fully electric vehicle. Similar to that, there will be some other terms in the coming slides. Second thing, we can talk about the running cost. Then we can talk about the low maintenance, performance, of course, the popularity. These things always makes the community, makes the society to move forward quickly towards the electric vehicle. When we say negatives, right? When we say negatives, the coin is having both head and tail. Both the sides are there. So when we talk about the negatives, the driving range, the term range anxiety is familiar to those who have done their research on electric cars. The current cohort of EVs are not able to do the short of long distances that you had get out of a fossil fueled car. A person who is intended to travel, say, 200 kilometers per day or 300 kilometers or 500 plus kilometers per day may not opt EV because of the driving range. Now, the product manufacturers come up with a range of 250 to 450 kilometers, but still it required long time to get development in it. Second thing, sir, why can't I keep an alternative battery so that we can? But still, the recharging time. Pulling into the motorway service station because our petrol gauge is flashing at us. Refilling and getting on our way again takes all of 5 minutes or few minutes. It is a convenient process that we are all familiar with. But when we talk about the charging electric vehicles, that's not available. Estimates are showing that 80% of EV charges take place on a slow charge at home, probably overnight, which is sufficient for most purposes. Also, many businesses now have electric vehicle charging points in their company itself, in India also, in car parking areas. But it is not in the full-fledged manner in country like ours. Then comes the life, the battery life, how it is making, how it is having. When we talk about the battery life, definitely battery is a vital to an electrical car. I think somebody is not interested. Please don't make scrubbing on my screen. However, if you are looking about the life, definitely it not comes more than 3 to 10 years, depend upon the make and model. Of course, these 3 elements are majorly deviating the public not to come inside of utilization of these EVs, electric vehicles. How can we overcome this? How can we utilize positively? Whether only these 3 negatives alone towards the electric vehicle, let us see in the coming slides. Before goes to that, the corona pandemic made us to think about the environmental ethics in a huge way. A branch of applied ethics that deals with the ethical relationship between human beings and the natural environment. In fact, we people felt heavily in the past 1.5 years when we struck inside 4 walls of our house and not able to move outside. Then many of us thought, why can't I own, say, 2 to 3 acre of farm, and there I can keep my home so that I may feel, breathe freely, right? So the environmental ethics is on hot talk for the past several months, not only in our country, throughout the world. When we think about the emissions, again, it is again a bigger question now. In fact, few media started publishing that due to corona, the CO2 emission is drastically reduced. When we talk about this ethics, while ethical issues concerning the environment have been debated for centuries, environmental ethics didn't emerge as a philosophical discipline until past 5 decades. Its emergence was the result of increased awareness of how the rapidly growing world population was impacting the environment, as well as the environmental consequences that came with the growing use of pesticides, technology, of course, industry also. So the environmental ethic helps define man's moral and ethical obligations toward the environment. But human values become a factor when looking at environmental ethics. Human values are the things that are important to individuals that they can use to evaluate actions or events. We are having several actions, events in our day-to-day life. In other words, we can say like this: humans assign value to certain things and then use this assigned value to make decisions about whether something is right or wrong. Of course, most of us will accept this kind of statements. We used to do many things based on the things, based on the actions, we will say this is perfect or this is not perfect. This is correct or this is not correct. This will take some time, right? Assume that we are in a country like South Africa, where the places are filled up with forests. There, it is not an ethical issue to cut down a forest to make a room for a farmland. But if you are cutting a tree in a city like Mumbai, we'll get a problem. Similarly, we know the burning of fossil fuels is making issue to the environment. But still we are doing. Similarly, constructing dam, building hydroelectric dam is eliminating the rare species of fishes. Mining techniques also destroying the nature. So the human values related with climate change, pollution, conservation, energy, resource depletion, toxins and waste, genetic engineering, intensive farming, we can list n number, but of course I put some areas which I felt personally, which are all playing a major role in the destroyment of the environment. If you are shortlisting again, the climate change, energy, pollutions, toxins and waste, intensive farming, which are all generically utilizing one or other way of transportation, one or other way of utilizing fossil fuels to run the transportation, right? So here the concept of EV are playing vital role. If we go for replacing such kind of transportation vehicles from the utilization of fossil fuels to the utilization of electric power, will impact the environment of the world in a higher amount of percentage. That's what I want to put on the mindset of the gathered participants. The reason when we go for utilizing such kind of combustion vehicles, definitely the chemical cost, mechanical cost, energy cost will make impact over the green tribology. That's what I said. The topic itself and interdisciplinary. It is not directly related with the electrical alone. It required interdisciplinary approach. Definitely, it is required the contribution of mechanical engineer, design engineer, electrical engineer, electronics engineer, instrumentation engineer, of course, computer science specialist too. Right. We will come those topics in the coming slides. So because of these kind of reasons, we are thinking about the alternative fuels. We are thinking about what the meaning of alternative vehicles and what is available as on the date. In fact, there are several possibilities of research and development challenges. Advanced AFPs and hybrid vehicles. Definitely the country, the authorities should think about to plan about the vision for transportation deployment programs. In fact, the policies has to be developed. You people might heard, seen, or even studied regarding the change management models. When you talk about change management model, what is the need of change management model now? Now it is mandatory because we want to get shift from combustion engine vehicle to electric engine vehicle. So we are in the process of getting transfer from one type of transport to another type of transport. So definitely we should have some policy. So in generic, there are several change management models are there, which is formulated by the stalwarts several decades back. Among that change management model, this nuts theory is also one of the popular. So when we want to make change of anything, we should have the reason, we should have the definition, why this particular change is required. I am not staying in a metro like Chennai or Bangalore or Delhi. I am living in a village. What is the need for me to get change from my combustion engine vehicle to this electric vehicle? So the stakeholders must have proper definition. If I am purchasing an EV, if I am getting a trouble, how can I resolve? It is not only towards the perspective of electric vehicle, it is in general in our day-to-day life also. If at all I am getting problem, I will get the resolution from this point A, B, C, D. What are the evidences for getting clear from my issues? Of course, the choices. Whether I have to go with only one person or whether I have multiple options. Because we felt in some time regarding the mobile services. If there is no multiple players and if there is only one or two players, they will dominate us and they will extract much things. So what are the choices I am having? If there is choice, how they are going to function? Whether I have only one model or will I get multiple models similar to combustion engine vehicle? What is the benefit for me in terms of short time? Because country like India, people will expect, as per the advertisement, how much mileage it will give. How many months I will get reback? So such kind of questions will definitely arise when we ask the stakeholders to start utilization of EVs. When we ask the stakeholders to start doing research in this particular segment also. The other change management model, Kubler-Ross. When I say this much, immediately people will say, sir, these all will take another 20, 30 years. By the time I will get retirement, there is no need of vehicle for me in that age. So in this scenario, how you are expecting that electric vehicle technology will get success? Even the combustion engine vehicles are getting less sales, right? Sir, I believed that and I started doing the research towards the battery development. But if I am looking back the past 2 years, the vehicle sales are dramatically reduced. And there is no improvement in this sector in our country. Will I succeed? No, sir, I am having really confident. I am going forward. This will work. I am keep on continuing research in the battery management system. So the people may have different mindsets. I don't know the participants' mindset. You self-introspect yourself. What is your think-tonk regarding the EV? Are you in shock condition or denial condition or frustrated condition or depressed condition? Or are you doing any experiment or are you taking a decision and already going forward towards this? This is a self-introspective question. That's what Kubler-Ross made a change management model again several decades back. So I put it in your thought process. So among these 70+ participants, somebody may in shock, somebody may be in decision and integration level. So the situation of mindset of the individuals gathered here will be in different situation, right? Any one of this. Definitely it won't come anything other than this, right? Suppose if you are in shock, denial, anger condition, definitely you are not having comfortable information about electric vehicle. If you are saying, sir, this electric vehicle technology will not win, whatever I go for doing research will not get succeed for me, then please get sufficient information and communication from the sources. Or if you are in bargaining and depression level, definitely you require some emotional support. That's what we used to do in our classroom. If a student is depressed mode, we used to do counseling. In fact, if you are in acceptance and problem solving, definitely you require a lot of guidance and direction for making 100% success, right? So you think yourself what situations you are and how you can move forward and what you require to develop these things. Suppose if you are in shock, denial and frustration category, right? You require a lot of communication and information. Suppose if you are in decision and integration, definitely you may start doing several items, which means you are starting communication with multiple people. When we start communicating with multiple people in connection with a particular specialized agenda, we will get a lot of messages, lot of informations, which will make us motivated to do the things. When we start doing multiple things because of this motivation, definitely we may get some results. By that way, we may start developing the capability. Once we have such kind of capability, definitely we may go for sharing the knowledge with others. So this is the best change management model which is available as on the date, which is made few decades back. So my dear friends, please think about your mindset, your position, your situation. Okay, according to the situation, you get the details and come out. So when we talk about of getting a shift from combustion engine vehicle to electric vehicle, we may think of mainly the fuel. Why we want to shift? Definitely the fossil fuels are getting decreased. So we want to get an alternative one. In fact, the air quality in the surroundings environments is getting damaged. If you want to improve, definitely we have to reduce the utilization of fossil fuels. Similarly, greenhouse gas emissions. In fact, domestic economic development is also playing a major role. Why we are thinking about this much? Whether it is only related with environment? Definitely no. The estimated world oil supply also forecasting us to think and do research towards alternative fuels. Not only carbon dioxide, the emission of various gases, including NOx, VOCs, lead, SO2s, everything is to be considered for this particular purpose. When we think about the alternative fuel, of course, we are having several things, but most of the things are again in the infant stage, or cost-wise, it is really a higher amount. If you are looking the sales of EV, which is happened a couple of years back, as per this analysis, definitely we may think and feel ourselves this particular segment will dominate the transportation sector in the next 1+ decade heavily. Most of the occasions we are having the benchmark as the developed countries like US. The analysis of EV sales brand-wise for the past 1 decade in the grown country like US is the best example for us to jump into the sector, not only for the utilization, for the purpose of carrying out research, for executing some business as entrepreneurs, at least establishing infrastructure in the remote areas. So like that, we may find n number of reasons to jump into this business, either as an employee or as a businessman or as an investor or as a service provider. So several segments are possible. It is our choice to choose which one will be suitable for us. Right? If you are looking at the global vehicle sales, in fact, last year the sales got drastically reduced. If you are looking at the past 10 years and the future 10 years, the global market share towards the global vehicle sales, as per Deloitte analysis, it's got a depreciation in the last year, but definitely it will hike in the coming years. But the sales may not be the same as in the past 1 decade because of the introduction and domination of the electric vehicle, right? If you are looking at the global electric vehicle sales, again, China, US, and Europe are the dominating countries. In the past 4 years, we are the toppest country within the next few years in terms of population, which means the utilization is also going to be in that sense. If you are jumping into this business, we'll get a lot of profits. If you are looking the EV sales throughout the world and its growth, again, it is showing some positive, specifically last year. The sales of EVs hiked almost 40+% within 1 year period of time. After 2017, 18-19 is not below 50%. Only problem happened in the year of 2019. But if you are looking every year, it is getting double almost every year. And the experts are projecting the annual global electric vehicle sales by 2040 will become more than 60 millions annually. Again, if you are looking the forecasting, our country is not in that list. This is as per Bloomberg New Energy Finance. Give me a moment. Right? So if you are looking the annual global electric vehicle sales, again, our country is not forecasted by any such leading analyzers. Right. If you are looking the segment of vehicles, right? Segment of vehicles. In the next 20 years, if you are looking the passenger cars, light commercial or passenger vehicles, again, it will reach 60% only, which means again, we are having a lot of vehicles which will goes to run by combustion, right? But only in the case of buses, it is forecasted 80% and above. But in the case of heavy commercial vehicles or medium commercial vehicles, it is not forecasted above 30%. Why I am showing this chart, those who are really interested to do research in EV, either in engine or in battery management system or infrastructure, you may keep the idea of making such things for the heavy commercial or medium commercial rather than the passenger and buses. Why? The entire world is having a projection that it will take some more time. So still we people are having a lot of chances toward this venture. If you are looking at the vehicle sales, definitely there are several analyses out there. They are analyzing in different aspects with the different characteristics. However, the number of sales is not goes below 50 million. Annual sales is not goes below 50 million, but it is ranges from 50 million to 600 million numbers. Again, this is made by Bloomberg, which is an authentically we can believe because the past all analyses are in successful one, right? So the lowest number which I taken here from the Department of Industry in our country, right? So the electric vehicle sales will go as per their concept 40 million. So that's what given by EIA 2019 by US. Similarly, when you talk about the emissions, right? This is an old graph. If you are looking this, because of the oil, the CO2 emissions are 12 billion ton and above. Okay, if you are looking the recent, mid of 2020, definitely the CO2 emissions by fuel worldwide got reduction, maybe because of this pandemic situation. Other than that, it is not reduced. It is not meaning that last year the electric vehicle sales reached 50 million in US, maybe because of that this reduction. Definitely no. Right? So don't confuse between this pandemic situation CO2 emission with the previous areas. The major impact for looking the alternative fuel, that to electric vehicle. What is the reason in it? The reason for shifting from conventional vehicle to this electric vehicle majorly depend on the driving conditions. If you are using conventional vehicle, during driving, it will emit 163 gram per kilometer of CO2. Of course, during manufacturing, the electric vehicles are emitting more than the combustion vehicle, almost 150%. But comparing with fuel electricity production, comparing with driving, right? When you look of fuel electricity production, again, definitely it is creating more, provided if you are using any such kind of thermal power stations. If you are going alternative energy like solar or wind, it is a green energy. This is the major reason we are always looking for this electric vehicle. Why those agencies are not putting our country into the list? That question will get answer from this slide. If you are looking the world energy production for the past several decades from different sources, right? Most of the power production came from coal, then gas, then in fact hydropower. If you are looking last year, the power production, energy production in the world is above 25,000 terawatt hour. Please make note, last year, the energy production in the global is crossed 25,000 terawatt hour. If you are looking the Indian energy, last year it was 1,389 billion units, right? Not even a single, right? Not even 10%, not even 1%. We can say like that, right? But population wise, as I said, we are the top. We are in the top list. And we people wants to live our life with comfortably sophisticated. If you are looking the, again, subsections of the power production, energy production, right? It is estimated like this by our ministry. The installed capacity and the expected installed capacity. So here the solar energy is expected 36% within the next 1 decade in our country. Similarly, wind energy goes from 10% to 17%. In fact, the coal is going down from 56 to 32%. In fact, the gas as well as hydro also going to reduce. As on the date, the hydro is having 14%, which is going to reduce 9%, which is again alarming one. So this is the projection. But if you are looking the past 1 decade or 6, 7 years of solar energy by our ministry, what is the target? How much we achieve is not that much appreciable. If you are looking the past 3-4 years, it almost lie between 15,000 to 17,000 megawatt. How we are going to reach 36%? Again, we people have to think that area for doing the research also having a lot of scope. Why I am saying this is the world net solar generation is going to reach a higher level of 8 trillion kilowatt hour within the next 3 decades, and considerable contribution is going to happen from our country also. So the provision, the possibility of getting success by doing research in these kind of sectors will help us not only production for the purpose of shifting the transportation segment from conventional model engines into the electric vehicle technology. Why I said this, if you are comparing with our competitor country, their success rate in the past 1 decade is reasonably higher than us. So in this case, again, we have to think of the Waters theory. So in that scenario, we have to again think of this Waters theory. One more change management model. It is developed by Harvard Business School, which is developed by a professor, John P. Porter. Water theory for change management is divided into 8 stages. So we have to create a sense of urgency. What is the urgency now? We are having the scope to excel in EV technology, not only the vehicle, in different aspects. So our stakeholders must get a sense of urgency to jump into this particular research. Not only that, we have to build a team. It cannot be done by a single person. It cannot be executed by an individual. It requires a team. When we formulate a team, the team should have a strategic vision. The vision cannot be formulated by an individual. It can be formulated by a group of people, but it should be communicated. Which area we are supposed to work? Definitely the barriers, obstacles will come. In fact, it is a nature one. We have to have alternatives for removing such kind of barriers. When we compete with the world competitors, we are supposed to keep on short-term wins also for running the institution or company or industry without finding difficulty in finance. And of course, the speed, the momentum, the dream should be at par with the starting stage, so that the institute or the company or the industry will get change. Again, I am questioning to the individuals, what is your mindset? Are you still in shock condition, or are you in experiment stage or in depressed stage? Again, you can correlate with the Kubler-Ross change curve with this Waters theory. All are the same way, but the way of communication is different. So my friends, You can dream, create, design, and build the most wonderful place in the world, but it takes people to make the dream reality. What I am saying is, we often used to dream to have a wonderful bungalow for our family, right? But after constructing somehow, by managing the finance, by making the design even without knowing the CAD, after housewarming, we used to make a complaint about a particular places. I told that engineer to look, to take much care, but he didn't do. It is not up to my expectation, right? So similarly, whatever we do research, whatever we do things towards EV, finally the people, the users, have to certify so that our dream will become a reality. Similarly, Walt Disney made, after making a wonderful world amusement park, which we intended to visit at least once in our life, it is not come to his expected level. The reason may be in many number. Again, one more reason for shifting this conventional vehicle to EV, because the fuel consumption in passenger cars. Annual car fuel consumption is 34 exajoule, which is 10 to the rise 16. Hope you people know well. As of now, 1.45 billion cars are available in the world. So energy used in one global average car comes 48,000 megajoule per annum. Now you calculate, if our country, India, wants to shift conventional vehicles into electric vehicle, then how much energy required, how much infrastructure is required. Okay, don't think about whether it is going to work or not. If already it started, just think how much scope is available in this sector. For the next 3 to 5 decades, this particular segment, specifically in our country, will go for a higher volume. In conventional models, again, whatever the energy we supplied, finally 5% utilized for rock crushing. Remaining total energy loss is 95%. So while you think about making such kind of electric vehicle engine, you please keep it in this mind. How much effectively we are going to make it. So friends, believe it. I don't believe in taking right decisions. I take decisions and then make them right. So always believe in your ability and efforts made by, again, one famous industrialist in our country, nothing other than Ratan Tata. When he shifted his industry from West Bengal to other state due to several reasons, he made this. Similarly, irrespective of your situation according to the Kubler-Ross, you just decide. You take a decision and try to make it correct. However, when we do this much of things, we have to consider, we have to keep it in mind of ethics. In fact, ethics is a big question, majorly, not only in our country, in everywhere. When we say ethics, we can say, sir, I am not like that guy. I used to do everything properly. Right? When we say ethics, it may be moral, or it can be depend upon the law or region. I hope you can recollect at the beginning screens, which related with a person cutting a tree for making a room is not an ethical issue if it is a South Africa. or a forest area. But if it is cut down in a city, metro like Mumbai, then it will be an ethical problem. Some of us may have religious way also. Similarly, the data. What we are seeing, what we are receiving. Of course, the values. Right? We are having our own values. Indians are having our own values. If I am coming to Tamil Nadu, I may have my own Tamilian value. It depends upon the region and religion. Just to check again this. We are always making plan, right? Again, it is not related with the industry alone, related with individual also. So when we make plan, whether it is technically mapping 100%, it will be a question, right? Legally, where comes ethics? Right? Again, it is taken from a research article. So, how much your activity, how much your plan, whether it is technically 100%, legally 100%, ethically 100% mapping. So when we think about EV and its business, think about ethics also. So don't leave that fully, as much as possible. For this, I can tell a story. A bank called for an interview of accountant. Almost 100% people, 100+ people participated in the interview. Manager asked a question to a person X. You please tell 60 into 40 how much? The person X wondered, what is this? I came for an interview of accountant job, and this panel member is asking me ordinary multiplication value. We know 60 into 40, 2,400, we have to say, but due to some mindset tension, he mentioned 2,350 or 2,300. His mind is forcing him to tell 2,400, but his mouth delivered to 2,300. While delivering itself, he realized, but he don't want to correct it because he feel if he is correcting, the panel members may feel, what is this? Then the panel members asked some other questions, he answered, and he came out. While he coming out, he felt, okay, I may not get this job because I didn't answer even an ordinary question. So he gone back home and he started applying other companies. Surprisingly, after 15 days, he got a letter. He got a mail stating that he got selection. He wondered. Then he himself thought, okay, there may be a possibility. The answers may not be received by the panelist. The panelist may not hear his answer properly. Because of that reason only they given. Otherwise, who will give? When a person tells an answer 60 by 40 is 2,300, who will give? He is going to manage the entire accounts of the company. Okay, then he took such a possibility decision and he joined. But his mind always asking him, what is the reason? Whether the person is not heard his answer or he just ignored his answer, what is the reason? But he is not ready to ask the manager, who is one of the panel members. Then he himself decided, okay, let me get confirmation. After getting confirmation, we will ask. Otherwise, they won't give confirmation. Right? After completion of 1 year probation period, he got a confirmation order. And one fine day, he gone inside the cabin of manager. Now he is very close with him, so he casually started, sir, I have a doubt for past 1.5 years. During the interview time, I given an answer of 60 by 40 as 2,300, but I think you didn't hear my answer. Am I right, sir? The manager given a very good smile. Yes, sir, that's what I understand. You might not heard my answer. Similarly, other panel members also not heard how much I am lucky. Then the manager started telling, no, I heard your answer 2,300. He got a shock. After getting a wrong answer also, you give an appointment to me. It is not like that. We interviewed almost 70 plus. And among the 70, you are the only person given an answer close to the correct answer. You are the person reached the maximum level. So friends, if it is a research, of course, it should be a perfect. Right? If it is a science, definitely we have to give exact value. But in our daily life, please don't expect 100% perfection. Try to reach the maximum level. If you are expecting 100% perfection, you cannot execute any work in your day-to-day life. In fact, I am not saying you should do 100% properly. We should. But things cannot be changed, modified in a single day. So try to accumulate one after another on a daily basis so that we may be able to do it. So similarly, technology also we have to follow ethics. In fact, it is much needed. As on the date, we are using a lot of computer related or automated way where the machines are executing based on the inputs given by the people. Why I am saying is when we talk about EV, it related with n number of sensors, which is getting data and it's processing based on the program which we done on it. And based on that, it will give the output. But the humans are always looking for rights, ethics, law, social norms, social contract, in fact, the right to work. But this artificial intelligence will work with algorithms, models, functions, optimization, those fed by the humans. So the expectations and the evaluations should similar to the rail path. Both wheels should run together. However, we used to say, sir, I am perfect. I want to be perfect, but I am forced to do. Right? So that's what we are saying, ethical dilemma and ethical issue. Whenever it required, we have to say no. Otherwise, the ethical issues will come on accountability, transparency, confidentiality, ownership, anonymity, reputation, identity, fairness, and privacy, whatnot. In fact, already I told about this green tribology because of the causes. Not only that, the vehicles are using in various segments, irrespective of the activity, whether it is a building, agriculture, forestry, industry, everywhere we are using transportation. If you are looking the global way, the forestry, industry, energy supply alone consumes almost 60+%. Right? So the transportation area is a wide one. So we are supposed to have some remedial. That remedial is coming from chemical and mechanical, but majorly in energy. So the subsidiary area for EV, we can think of these areas too. In fact, if you are looking the EV chargers, right? The level 1, level 2 chargers are the fast charge. Most of the people are having the thought, after coming back from my office, if I am putting charge morning, the battery will get charged, right? But the cost optimization in charger, that's what I said. The EV segment is a vast one, bigger one with various subsegments. We have to choose in a proper way. Why? This segment is having a lot of provisions for carrier too. If you are looking the scientific research of batteries alone, required a lot of chemists, material scientists in a skilled category. In design and development, skilled and semi-skilled of engineers, engineering technicians, software developers, industrial designer, right? When we go for manufacturing, the assemblers, machinists, production managers. Then comes the infrastructure development, where skilled and semi-skilled, in fact, urban and regional planners, power line installers, repairers, electricians. Vehicle maintenance comes, automotive service technicians, mechanics, sales, in fact, retail salespersons, customer service representatives, etc. So the job profile is also vast. Only thing, they should have the skill. They should acquire the skill. If you are looking the human values, when we map, for an example, I consider this order little ADL, UCS, and NBER. Right? As I said, we people used to ask how much mileage it will give. The industry structure itself in the electric vehicle, it is going to replace or going to damage the automotive components supplier heavily. Instead of automotive parts supplier, it is going to establish new segment in materials, cell components, electronics, and battery, and cell pack players. In fact, automotive OEMs be the same or more or less equal. So the segment we have to think. Not only the ownership, we have to think of global warming potential. We have to think of secondary environmental impact. In this electrical vehicle, right? If you are looking at the cost, internal combustion engine vehicle is less than the compact battery electric vehicle, almost to 40%. If you are looking the mid-size, it is almost 60%. So the initial cost in electric vehicle is costlier, right? Okay. If you are looking in the individual subheads of the cost, everywhere more or less same, except the true vehicle cost, we used to say TVC. Other than the TVC, right? If you are looking the remaining sections, subheads, things are all more or less same. Similarly, if you are looking the components, again, same. But when it comes to the battery, it is higher. So what the government has to do, what the businessman has to do, already government of India taken this tax incentives. From this year onwards, if you are filing the income tax and if you are purchasing an electric vehicle, you will get subsidy. Second thing, alleviate battery ownership risk, because we want to charge the battery. If you want to go long trip, it required battery change in between. So who will be the owner? Who will be the role model? Government is having a scheme for subsidy. Whether government made modification in their fleet, of course, Delhi government taken such a decision. it is required a huge money. Then the financing. Who is the skilled labor? What is the workforce training? Who is giving? Then comes the major sector, the cabs. Again, Ola, Uber is coming. In fact, public investments and R&D. So these things, these parameters will make change. These parameters will definitely reduce the total cost of EV in the next 1 decade. So friends, if you focus on results, you will never change. If you focus on change, you will get results. Comes to the second one, global warming potential. Comparing with internal combustion engine vehicle, the researchers are already proven battery electric vehicle are making 25% and more less. Hope you can recall, I urged the participants to take care or to jump into the research towards not mid-segment. I requested you to look the heavy vehicle segment. Reason? The screen is self-explanatory. When we go for shifting to compact vehicle to mid-size vehicle, the global warming potential is getting down, right? So when it comes to the heavy vehicle industry, you just think about, so that again the scope is higher. When we think about, when we see about CO2 emission, again, this is also showing marginally good results. Already I made a comparison slide between passenger car. If you go for such kind of electric vehicle, that won't give results in the first 3 years, right? If you are looking the compact EV with a compact internal combustion engine vehicle, first year, the CO2 emission of battery electric vehicle will be more than the internal combustion engine vehicle. When it comes to the year 1 to 3, it will be same, but it will start doing positive things to the environment after 3rd year onwards, hugely. Country like us, people are using the vehicle for long time. So such kind of scenario, the environmental issues in terms of CO2 emissions will be under control. So we required a fruit which will give both apple and orange taste together in a single shot, so that the electric vehicle will solve our economic problem, financial problem, as well as our happy moments. Then comes, people will say, how much year it will come? Days of life impact. Here the major drawback, already I told, replacement of battery. So we can think of doing research in that segment also, right? When we say days of life impact, battery electric vehicles are 3 times better than internal combustion engine vehicle in the compact segment, and the mid segment, it will go 5 times more. The forecastings are telling like this: the battery size, the driving range, and the efficiency in the next 5 years will come this much. So our research must have this basic data. So as a summary, if you are looking the TCV, true TVC, true value cost, right? Or if you are looking about emission of carbon dioxide, or if you are looking about lifetime, which may be mentioned as human toxicity potential and disability adjusted life years, right? If you are comparing the 1 decade period, 2015 to 25, we are in the mid. the battery electric vehicle is showing a positive thing. If you are looking at our country, already major startups happened. The Ather Energy, Yulu, Ola Electric Mobility, Battery, Smarty, eTrio, right? And some more also coming up, I didn't list it here. So think of it. So the future, I told in every slide, so no need of reading this content for the participants. So let us dream. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Until unless we jump into this research, definitely we cannot make success. When we say such kind of things, I will ask you, do you have any analysis about yourself in terms of research? So I have my SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, opportunity, and challenges analysis in a written format. If you want to jump into the research of EV in any of the subsegments, you should have your own SWOT analysis in a written form. When I say research, it is applicable to our day-to-day life also. So that's what I said. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. If you don't attack the risks will attack you. Nothing gets done till nothing gets done. Fast, cheap, good. We can have any two at least. I used to ask this question in almost all the sessions. Friends, can you say a product in this universe which is giving higher quality, lower cost, and long-term life? We can say Sony TV, which is a high quality, but cost-wise higher than other competitors, right? So if you are having such kind of product, you can please share on the chat box. So at least we can have maximum. That's what here mentioned as at least we can have any two. Similarly, when we go for shifting the vehicle from conventional to electric, we may find difficulty in one or other area, but definitely it will be better than the conventional vehicles. So before winding up, I thought of sharing my career philosophy, transforming student engineers into practicing engineers. Family first, student always, ethics and environment is my family. Let us think once about our family and our happiness. We used to say, sir, I am ready to do, or I am doing, or already I done. But whatever I do, my friends are not happy, my management is not happy, my family is not happy. Every time they are saying, we should do more, right? We used to say, that is affecting my happiness. So I am not happy. So if you want to self-check your happiness index, this Johari window will help you a lot. This Johari window is having 4 boxes: known, open pan, blind pan, hidden pan, unknown pan. Sir, I know driving car. My friends and family members also know I drive car well. So I know myself. Others also know. Known to self, known to others comes on open pan. I don't know, will I have the capability of driving a JCP? But others are all saying that I can. Unknown to self and known to others, blind pan. Sir, I can handle this particular subject in the 3rd year class, but HOD is not allowing. HOD is saying I cannot. Known to self, unknown to others comes under hidden pan. I don't know, will I climb the mountain Everest? My friends also saying they don't know whether I have the capability to climb mountain Everest. Unknown to self, unknown to others. You can consider any number of activities. For example, I given here some 50 plus on the left and right side of the screen. Only condition, you have to put your chosen activity in any one of the box. One activity should be put up in any one of the box. So after choosing macro level or micro level or nano level, by considering 50 or 500 or 5,000 or more, we can make identifying the suitable box. After put up all the activities, you go for counting, similar to our election. We will get some number. When you get number higher, right, in open pan, you are the most happiest person. If you are getting more numbers, right, in unknown pan, you have to change. You have to change your activities. You refer all the change management model and go for changing. So you have to get more number in open pan and very less number in unknown pan. Of course, if you are interested to do some research towards battery management system, this inventing the batteries of the future is one of the best reading document. In fact, the best practices manual for Indian thermal power stations also good, but not directly related with EV. In fact, the blockchain technology, which is upcoming towards the renewable energy, distributed energy generation and supply. In addition to that, blockchain technology is coming up to the EVs also. So these three segments, major segments, which I thought of sharing with you for your further reading. However, whatever we discuss, the CO2 emission or impact in the environment, or controlling, or going for choosing the alternative items, a mandatory one and a must one for this particular time. The reason, the beautiful planet Earth, made several centuries back, created or developed or formed, is for the betterment of society. Knowingly or unknowingly, we started doing multiple things which knowingly or unknowingly damaging the environment. In fact, the technology is mandatory. The technology will help the community to do the things quickly and live the life comfortably. At the same time, we have to ensure that each one of us will take oath towards safeguard the environment, which is giving naturally comfort as well as happiness to the people. So the environment is much required. So 7 billion dreams, one planet will make the things as better. So the wind-up session, the final change management model mirrors 3 levels of resistance. Because we used to say, I don't get it, I don't like it, I don't like you. We used to say, right? If you are saying, I don't get it, we don't know the purpose of the change. We don't know how to change. So that we are saying, I don't get it. I don't like it. It is an emotional reaction to change. I don't like you because lack of trust and confidence. Friends believe the EV will make us in a possible heights within the next 1+ decade. That's what Maurer made this change management model, levels of resistance and change model, few decades back with 3 ways or 3 levels, right? So again, it is a self-introspective question. How many of us are having this kind of, I didn't get it, I don't like it, I don't like you. We have to change. I got it, I like you. right? Our ancestors are mentioning that sky is the limit, but I used to say sky is not the limit now. Just float the dreams of us beyond the sky. Make the things, make the research, make the community, make the family members, make the individuals as a happiest person by providing comfortable conditions. We may ask whether it is possible. Yes, it is possible. If you are look back the change management models, Kubler-Ross or ADKAR or McKinsey, right? Or nudge theory or Porter's theory, or even Morris 3 stages of resistance and change management model. All are stressing us to look ourselves first. Second thing, they are insisting us to make much communication. Because of much communication, only we can get data which will make us higher motivation. Once we kickstart with motivation, definitely we may do something which will get us some amount of results. That results will show that we are a caliber person. So the environmental as well as ethics in our day-to-day life will make the humans to live comfortably and as per the expected level of individuals. Thank you for your patient listening. For this today's session, I have referred the noted, mentioned items, manuals. You can also go through it. I can share the PPT through the coordinator to you. Whoever is required can get it. Once again, I thank you for all for your patient listening. If you are finding any queries, I am ready to answer for that. If anybody wants to do any collaborative research towards energy, towards the emerging technologies like IoT or blockchain, please make contact so that we can do some level of research projects which may sometime give comfortable happiness to you people. However, the electric vehicle technology will make our country in a different perspective by boosting the economy as well as the business level, which will give comfortable happiness to the entire community. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. Over to the coordinator.
Thank you so much, sir, for valuable information, which are need of our, because even though whatever invention we are doing in technology or in technical aspects, one should not go away from the ethics that you have explained in a lucid manner. I believe that the professors also in this group will agree with me. I request now the professors to interact with us, sir. Now the speaker is available with us. Dear audience.
Namaste, sir.
Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Sir, actually, I don't have any question. So you clearly explained and your PPT is so wonderful, sir. I inspired personally to prepare such PPTs. In between, you have told us about ethics. That's very motivated me. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. You as well as Post Institute.
Thank you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, Desai, sir. Dear professors, please.
Maybe this is the last day. So participants are in hurry of completing the course. and wants to go back to their work.
Sir, I have one question. Another
Yes, please,
20, 30 years, we can definitely replace IC engines.
So
In a
I'm not
com-
getting your voice.
Sir, 1 minute. Sir, I'm audible?
Yes, yes, please.
Sir, in another 20 to 30 years, we can replace fully an IC engine to electrical vehicle.
Definitely no. The forecast of
Definitely.
Bloomberg clearly specifying that, not only Bloomberg, most of the analysts, right? In the segment of passenger transport, that is buses, there may be possibility of reaching up to 80%. When you consider the mid-size vehicles and passenger cars, it may reach up to the level of 60%. When you look about the heavy industries, heavy vehicles, it is not more than 30% as of the current forecasting.
Okay. Sir, one thing I would like to answer a question adding to this. What about this lithium-ion battery to comparing with the fuel cells? The technology of fuel cells may be reaching to the lithium-ion battery as the usage for next 10 to
As on
15
the
years.
date, we are having this lithium-ion batteries, right?
Yes.
But the problem is we cannot store more amount of energy into these batteries.
Yes, sir.
Then it will take a longer time for getting the charge.
Yes.
Even if you are using fast charging, which I am shown some technology, right? That the cost of infrastructure will be higher. So we are supposed to identify another replacement or alternative instead of lithium-ion batteries. So the battery management system is a separate segment in this particular field.
Yes, sir.
When you look about the battery management system, it is not only charging unit system. It is we can even provide such kind of bigger space also. So if you are looking in metros, there may not be possible of keeping thousands of batteries.
Yes.
There may not be possible to put charge of thousands of batteries at a particular time. So definitely those things will happen outer of the city, or we need some alternative technology.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Again and again, I am saying it is not only the possibility of electrical engineers, it is required interdisciplinary engineers also. So every one of us is having the provision, possibility for doing many things as research as well as business in this particular field.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other questions? I think still we are having 15 minutes. I thought questions will be there, so that I stopped.
Any more questions from the professor?
Yeah.
Sir, any more questions? Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam.
Your self-college and department. We are wholeheartedly thanks to you. So, sir, one more question from Parma Devendra. In India, any possibility for vehicle to grid technology to meet energy demand?
Pardon, madam, I am not getting your
One
voice.
second, sir. I repeat once again.
Okay,
In India,
I have
any
seen.
possibility?
I have seen. I will. Okay, in India, any possibility for vehicle to grid technology to meet energy demand in peak period? Definitely, it is there. Parmar sir, see, that's what I mentioned about that blockchain, right? See, there is a possibility in the coming days that not only the electricity board of the current electricity board of the state government, there may be possibility of private players also, because most of the state governments already given platform to the entrepreneurs to produce energy by using solar, and most of the state governments already started buying such kind of solar energy from the private partners or private players. So that is another huge area for doing the business. So assume after 1 decade, definitely there will be several players, small as well as big players in energy production. How they are going to deliver? So there is a requirement of grid. Energy, we cannot save everything in a particular place. Whatever the energy production has to be utilized. That too, without any loss. So definitely the grid technology is having a scope. So in that sense, we cannot depend on the manual operation. So that particular technology, blockchain technology is also coming up in that sector. So we are in starting stage, right? As a academic industrialist person, but many industries, including Infosys. Why I'm saying is, I feel you are from electrical department, so that you are asking grid technology. Already Infosys kicked out a project for blockchain grid technology concept. In fact, Infosys is the topest 5th player in the world who is invested doing more research towards blockchain technology in energy area. I hope I answered Parmat Devendra's question. Any other questions? Thank you, Parmat.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Muruganandam, sir. Thank you very much. On behalf of Department College, GH Polytechnic College and self, and on behalf of all the participants, we are very much thankful to you, sir. And I request you on behalf of self, kindly extend your cooperation in near future programs also, sir.
Thank you, madam.
It's my humble request. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I request all the professors, please fill the feedback link before leaving the session, and kindly have your lunch. After post lunch session will start by 2 o'clock. After valedictory, we'll have the assessment link and overall feedback link. 2 o'clock we have the valedictory session. Kindly join with us for valedictory. And again, I repeat, by today evening, you kindly fill all the feedback links and assessment. Kindly cooperate with us. Yeah, Divya ma'am, we'll do once again. We'll post the link again. It's already available, ma'am. You please check. If not, we will post again. And in your Atal portal also, kindly fill the feedback link by evening or by tomorrow. Thanks for your cooperation and support. We'll join by 2 o'clock. Thank you all.